In the face of a growing national drug crisis, one Duluth organization aims to be a part of the solution. Northern News Now's Cara Kopp explains.
This house may look like any other home from the outside, but if you look inside, you'll find a group of people navigating sobriety together.
Oftentimes, this is one of the first steps that they'll take for stabilization.
It's known as a residential program run by the Center for Alcohol and Drug Treatment in Duluth. The building acting as a 24-hour substance recovery environment. However, the program's medical services are severely limited due to only offering low to medium intensity care.
Currently, a lot of our clients have to travel 2 or 3 hours away to access those beds.
Having to leave their community along with their support systems to find more intense treatment, something Sylvanus knew had to change.
This initiative will bring an additional 50 high-intensity beds to our community and to those patients needing that level of care.
This expansion means increased access to psychiatrists, counselors, and skilled nurses without their clients having to leave their community.
We offer 15 hours of skilled treatment services. We're going to be moving that to 30 hours of skilled treatment services.
Making way for more people to use their long-term services rather than finding short-term options.
And what this means is we'll be able to accept higher acuity patients. That will take the pressure off of the hospitals and the emergency departments.
Giving hope to those living with addiction by showing their community has their back.
They're human beings who are struggling.
In Duluth, Cara Kopp, Northern News Now.
If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction and want to get in contact with the Center for Alcohol and Drug Treatment, you'll find the number right there on your screen. You can also visit our website at northernnewsnow.com.